Yo, what is Yo, what is going on, everybody? My name is Urban. I am here at the back stoop. I wanted to answer some questions because I've been getting a lot on my home studio set up just about some kind of different things, but it seems that some people are a little bit confused on what I was talking about when I was talking about my monitors. So, yeah, I just want to get into some questions. I will probably be switching back and forth between like screenshots on my computer and then a live video feed. So the first question, someone said, so you need an Sebastian Galbranson, said, so you need an audio interface in order to make your HS8s work. Yes. You need an interface for really like any kind of speakers, just because the interface is what is taking in the sound from your computer, and that is the only way to hook your speakers up is through an interface. So unless you don't want your signal to go anywhere, you're going to need an interface to hook up to your monitors. So yeah, hope that answered your question. Thank you for watching, by the way. Shout out to you. Next question is, where did you, Smash Larry, I don't know how to pronounce that, he said, dope setup, I have the HS8s too. Where did you get that desk though? It's perfect. Yo, this desk is really perfect actually. Well, I don't know if I can't remember if it was in my studio setup or if it was in a video that I was going to make my home studio setup that I didn't end up putting out. The desk is from my grandmother actually. I picked it up from her house like years ago, so I honestly have no idea where she got it. I wish I could help you out a little more with that, but you know, I guess just shop around, maybe take some measurements, and then try to fit it so it works for your design. Mine, I probably should have done that, but mine just happened to work out really well with how it is. Okay, so the next question is by Nevin123. He said, hey man, how does Logic run with Machine in the background? I want to get the MK2, but I'm afraid it'll slow down my 4GB MacBook. Yes, thank you for the question. That's a great question. I'm going to switch over to my desktop view so I can explain this to you guys a little bit. But it's actually super easy. All you're going to be doing is adding a new track. And to add a new track, actually as soon as you open Logic, it'll pop up with this window asking you to pick what kind of audio track you want to do. If you want to do a software instrument, an audio track, all types of stuff like that. So to get Machine, it might default to audio. All you got to do is go to software instrument right here, and then it'll probably default to empty channel strip. Okay, so click on this empty channel strip, go to wherever your MK2 software is. Mine is in AU Instruments because that's the type of plugin it is. You go to Native Instruments because that is who makes the Machine. Click on Machine 2 and hit Create. It's super easy. And so after it does all that, it'll pull up your track. Sometimes it does run a little slow, and I will address that as soon as it pops up. It just popped up in my other window, but yeah, it automatically pulled this up. And yeah, you can start going from right there. You can pull up Machine in the background of Logic. So yeah, that is how you do it. It's really easy. Also, to address the 4GB MacBook, I have the 8GB MacBook, and honestly, mine does slow down a lot, especially when I'm running a lot of different plugins all inside of Logic. It could be for a myriad of different reasons. I have so many files on my computer, and that's really my fault. When I first got my computer, I wasn't very organized, but that was 4 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago roughly. So since then I've become much more organized. I back up my files to hard drives. Definitely recommend doing that, and that'll save you with your processing power. Also, just the age of my computer, it's a little older, so it does run a little slow. But I have the 8GB. I don't know if I mentioned that. Runs a little slow, bogs down sometimes, but it doesn't crash too often. It doesn't ever really crash. Sometimes I'll just get an error message saying like system too slow or system overload, and I just hit OK, and it just lets me play again from there. So just keep that in mind. I would probably recommend the 8GB or higher, but you could probably be just fine with the 4 GB. Just depends how much stuff you have on your computer. Alright, hope that answered your question. I know that was a little bit of a ramble. Okay, the very last question that I'm going to go over is something that popped up multiple times from like different people. So someone named Charlie said, hey, really nice vid, really helpful, but I didn't fully understand why it's better to buy your speakers separately and not in pairs. So yeah, this honestly could just be my subjective opinion. I've heard this from a lot of different people, and just from experience I found it to be true, but it's not necessarily always true. When you buy speakers in pairs, meaning you go to the store and you might buy, those rockets with the yellow cones. They'll come with two. It'll just have a flat rate for, I don't even know how much those cost me, like $400. That might be way too high. I'm not sure how much those cost. But it'll just be that flat rate. When I purchased my HS8s, they did not sell them in pairs. You say, okay, I want to get some HS8s. Well, they'll be like, okay, well, $350 each. And you're like, oh, okay, you want me to drop some cash on you? I feel it. But yeah, it's just, the speakers tend to be better. That does not mean I'm telling you to only buy speakers separately. It's not what I mean at all. Because like I explained in my home studio setup, you can make a good sounding mix on cheaper speakers, or speakers that come in pairs, or headphones. You can do that. It really just depends on the song and the mix, the environment you're in. If you know your speakers really well, you're going to be just fine. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the questions and everything. I'm really glad that there was some interaction in the comment section, just because I like to answer questions. I wanted to help you guys out, make sure you knew what you were getting into. So yeah, really appreciate it. Really appreciate the love and the support. So definitely keep checking out my channel. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that type of fancy stuff. Yeah, I just started class on Monday, so I'm not going to be able to upload as often. I'm going to try to do videos every Friday, just because I don't have class on Friday, and I think I can do that just fine. But yeah, so I'll see you guys next Friday. Thank you so much for watching.